Our passage of meditation is found in Daniel chapter 3, 1 to 18, but since it was read already, in the interest of time, I will only read verse 16 through 18 again. The Bible says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto you, O king. In other words, be it resolved that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I'm sure most of you are familiar with this story. They were brought to the plain of Dura. There, they were given two choices. Either bow down and worship the image, or refuse and be burned in the fiery furnace. Not much of a choice. You see, Satan has always been thirsty for worship. And he does not believe in voluntary worship either. He will take it by force if he has to. But God, on the other hand, never forces anyone to worship him. He leaves it to our own choice and free will. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow down and worship an image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And not even the threat of death could get them to bow. Their minds were fully made up that come hell or high water, they would rather die than to sell out their God. They knew that the God whom they served was able, was capable, and was available if he chooses to save. They knew that God had delivered them before, and he will do it again. The song says, you may not know how, you may not know when, but he'll do it again. Can you say amen? They also knew that sometimes the God of Abraham, the God of Israel, sometimes God chooses not to deliver, and sometimes he chooses to deliver. You see, sometimes a gunman may walk up to a child of God and the gun may stick. But other times the gun may go off. It all depends on God's sovereign and permissive will. Sometimes God chooses to deliver, but other times he chooses not to deliver. Either way, compromise is never an option. Regardless of consequences, they still would not bow. They would rather die, they would rather burn than to bow. Their obedience to God was unconditional. It was not dependent on how many prayers God had answered. They knew their God. They had a relationship with him. The lesson here is our faithfulness to God in these last days must not be be conditional. Hello, somebody. It must not be dependent upon whether God answered your prayer for whatever you're asking Him for or not. Our obedience to God must be based on faith and trust in Him. It must be based on our love and loyalty to Him. Nothing more, nothing less. The songwriter says, when we walk with the Lord in the light of His word, what a glory He sheds in our way. While we do His good will, He abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there is no other way to be happy. To be happy. To be happy in Jesus, but to trust and obey. You see, we're all caught up in the midst of a spiritual battle. Did you know that? In which Satan desires our worship and allegiance. And in the end of time, he will put us to the utmost test. He will lead men to enact laws to force us to worship Him or be faced with death. So a time like this demands the courage and the faith and the determination of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. What do you say? To stand like the brave with our face to the foe. To stand for the God that you know. To stand for His righteousness and His blessings will flow. To stand up for all His commandments. Not 9 or 8 or 7 or 6, but all 10. And don't be tossed to and fro. God and God alone is sovereign. Hello, somebody. Say it again, preacher. God and God alone is sovereign. God and God alone is worthy of our worship. God and God alone is worthy of our praise. God and God alone is worthy to receive praise, adoration, and exaltation. There is no argument, there is no debate when it comes to whom we worship. So they answered the king in verse 15, saying, we need not to give you an answer, O king. In other words, we don't answer to you, O king, but we answer to a higher king. We answer to the King of all kings and the Lord of all lords. What do you say? We don't worship earthly kings. We don't worship graven images. We worship the true and the living God, the creator, the sustainer, the redeemer of heaven and earth. So let the chips, O king, fall where they may. Let the masses fall down. Let them worship you to save themselves, but we won't bow. We won't give in. We won't give up. We will remember the name of our Lord Jehovah forever. Let me bring it home to you here in Pioneer SDA. As we draw close to the end of time. Are you in the church? Say amen if you're with me. Amen. Say amen if you're not sleeping. Amen. Say amen if you're not distracted. Amen. Say amen if you're not dozing off. Amen. 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 As we draw close to the end of time, the prophecies of Revelation point us to a time when people of all nations, rich and poor, free and bond, black and and white, fat and skinny, will be forced to worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in their forehead or in their hand. The Bible says in Revelation 13:16 for reference, and he calls it all, not some. All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Daniel and Revelation has a lot in common. Did you know that? If you're a Seventh-day Adventist, you ought to know that. Daniel and Revelation goes together. Did you know that, brothers and sisters? Because in Daniel chapter 3, an image was set up. Hello, somebody. And everyone was forced to worship the image or be cast in the furnace of fire. In Revelation 13, just before Jesus comes, another image will be set up to the beast's power. And either you take the mark of the beast or face economic boycott and death. And I give you the reference. Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship him, the image of the beast, should be killed. Death sentence to all who will not worship. Now I hear a lot of people are talking about the microchip, and people are being chipped, dogs are being chipped, animals are being chipped. They're getting rid of cash in China and all over the world. The chip may be an identification mark. The ID may be a means to an end, but the chip is not the mark of the beast. It is to identify those who refuse to or refuse not to worship the way the beast says. In Daniel chapter 3, they were forced to break the second commandment. Which commandment? Second. By worshiping the image of the beast. Which commandment is that? What does it say? Thou shalt not what? Make any graven images. Now in Revelation 13, we will be forced to bring the fourth commandment, which requires us to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Hello, somebody. That is why Revelation 14:6-12 shows there's a one set of people who will be on God's side, keep the commandments, while the other people who are not keeping the commandments of God will be receiving the mark of the beast. Are you in the church? And in Revelation 14:6-12, we have the most severe warning in Scripture. Prior warnings were mixed with mercy. But this warning, God says there will be no mercy. Because it says if you worship the beast and his image and by receiving his mark, you are a doomed soul. And it calls us back to worship God, the creator of heaven and earth. So on one hand are those who receive the mark of the beast, but on the other hand are those who keep the commandments of God. So if you are worshiping God in obedience to his commandments, 10 commandments, you will not receive the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is disobedience to the 10 commandments. Are you in the church? And specifically the fourth commandment that identifies God as the true and living God, creator of heaven and earth. What do you say? Unfortunately, you don't have a projector and stuff here. I wanted to show you that it is not just Seventh-day Adventists that are talking about the mark of the beast. As a matter of fact, I am surprised to know that in the secular world, even in the media, the news, they are talking about the mark of the beast. Because there is the technology that we have today is what John saw in the book of Revelation. John looked down and saw that in the last days, mankind would become so powerful with technology, 4G, and we're going to be having 5G soon, when everything is connected. So we have the technology to fulfill this prophecy. There is what is called facial recognition. Cameras all over the world now. There's what is called eye scanning. You don't need an ID to enter some workplace to scan your eye. Is your eye in your forehead? Hello? Is your eye in your forehead? There is biometrics. There is microchip implants. As I said before, it's in dogs and cats and prisoners to track you down. Many countries are going cashless today. China. If you use cash in China, people laugh at you now. India, same thing. Sweden, same thing. That's where we are now, brothers and sisters. We are on the verge of eternity. And the song says, if we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. We need him in the morning, what do you say? We need him in the night. We need him in the noonday when the sun is shining bright. But this is the part of the text that I like. In verse 24, it says, then Nebuchadnezzar, that's after they throw these three boys in the fire, it says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished. And he rose up in haste, and he spoke and said, Didn't we cast 3 men, 3 hombres, uno, dos, tres, in the fire? How come I don't see 3 dead carcasses? How come I don't see 3 dead corpses? But I see 4 men loose. They're not in shackles anymore. They are loose. And they're not static. They're not one place. But they are walking up and down in the midst of the fire. And they have no hurts. And the form of the 4th was like the Son of God, says a pagan king. Nebuchadnezzar thought he was experiencing optical illusion. Hello, somebody. He thought his mind was playing tricks on him. But this was not an optical illusion. It was divine revelation that when you stand up for God, God will stand up for you. Somebody needs to know today that need that divine revelation. Somebody needs to recognize that it's not because of your skill why you made it this far. It's not because of your ability why you made it this far. It's not because of your genius why you made it this far. It's not because of your prowess and your power why you're still here on the land. It's not because of your capacity or capability. Come on, somebody. Why you're still here. No. But you are still here because of Jesus. You are still here because of the 4th man. He has been with you in your situation. He has been with you in your circumstances. The 4th man has been in the fire of your affliction and the furnace of your affliction. The 4th man has been navigating. The 4th man has been protecting. The 4th man has been providing. in your life unscathed, unbroken, untouched because of the fourth man. You've come this far intact, unmarked, unscarred, safe and sound because of the fourth man. You've come this far unharmed. Hello, somebody. Yes, say you come this far. Satan wanted to do away with you, but you've come this far unhurt. You've come this far uninjured, undamaged, in one piece. Hello, somebody. Because not of your own skill, but because of the fourth man. I can't see him, neither can you. I can't see him with my naked eyes, but I know he is with me because he walks with me. Hello, somebody. He talks with me and he tells me I am his own. Sometimes your enemies may throw you in the fiery furnace, left you for dead. But Jesus, the fourth man, steps into your fire and say, my child, my son, my daughter, I got your back. It's not over until God says it's over. I said it's not over until God says it's over. Because sometimes the fourth man delivers from the furnace, but thank God sometimes the fourth man delivers in the furnace, or he decided to walk with you in the furnace. A certain lady asked me the question, how will we manage? How will we manage if they throw us into the fire? And I told her, the fourth man that was in the fire with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is the same one who will be with us in our fire. He promised in Isaiah 43 and verse 2 that when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they shall not, I say they shall not overflow you. For the fourth man will be with you. And when you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flames scorch you or burn you up, because the fourth man will be with you. How will we manage when that time comes? And I say, don't worry, be not dismayed, whatever betide, God will. I say God will. God promised. God made a promise. He will never leave. He will never forsake us. God will take care of you. Beneath his wings of love abide. God will take care of you. How will we manage when we can't buy bread? And I said, God said, your bread, not your bread and butter, your bread. I said, your bread and your water shall be sure. You got some bread, you eat the bread, you wash it down with some water. Don't worry, because God is in charge. What do you say? How will we manage to live and pay our mortgage? And I say, the Lord's our rock. In him we hide. In him we hide. A shelter in the time of storm. How will we manage when they threaten to kill us? I told her, he's got the keys of death and of Hades. And he is the resurrection. And he is the life. And he told me, fear not, Jesus says. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him Jesus said, don't you worry about your life. Take no thought what you shall eat or what you shall drink. Hello, somebody. Why should I feel discouraged, the songwriter says? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, I can't stand for deceit. It's I, hallelujah. I say it's I, church. Come on, worship with me. His eyes, you're the sparrow. And I know, I don't guess, I know he watches over me. As I conclude my message, I got to tell you today, everything is gonna be all right. When your hand is in the hand of the man from Galilee. I just want somebody to know every little thing is gonna be all right, because God is real, because his love is everlasting, because his power is unlimited, because his wisdom is perfect, because his name is great, because his grace is sufficient, because his strength is perfect. I got a feeling everything is going to be all right. I've seen the lightning flash. I've heard the thunder roll. I've felt sin breakers dashing, trying to conquer my soul. I've heard the voice of Jesus telling me to fight on, preach on, pray on, serve on, lean on, for he promised us never, ever, I said never, he will never leave us alone. Our God will surely deliver. God bless you.
We'll get you the information about the services